Happy Monday, and welcome to another exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast, featuring your host, Locarthemanbeast. Also featuring me, Walter Walters.
What's up, my dude?
What's up, man?
What up? Fucking Monday, kinda.
Yeah. Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was great.
Do anything fun?
No, not a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been stuck on... I was talking to Sean a couple nights ago or whatever, and I was telling him how I just got like a wild hair up my ass to like pick up and clean the house up because I've been by myself for the past week, and living like a fucking bachelor, bro. Like dishes piled up. At one point, I looked at something. I was like, I don't want to clean it. Threw it in the trash. Like
hell yeah,
living a life that like you can only get once. And fuck, dude, it was amazing. But I also...
Where's my grandmother's plate?
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I was just
and all my shoes. It's just like, oh, these are in my way.
Yeah. Today I tripped over a broom 4 times because I swept the kitchen up, and I like swept everything up, and I was doing laundry, so I was like sweeping up the kitchen, threw a bunch of shit away, and I put the broom up like at the side because I wasn't done cleaning everything up. So I started laundry, and a lot of it is like ADHD brain, right? Like start something and then see something shiny and then go and do something else and see something shiny, and then like, you know, you've got 10 projects that start all at once. So I fucking knocked the broom over while I was trying to get laundry out. No big deal. Got the laundry, was folding some stuff, put new load back in, and I was in the cleaning something in the kitchen, tripped over the broom. Fuck. Kicked to the side. Went to do something else, tripped over the broom. Fuck, kicked to the side. After like, no joke, like the 3rd kick, I was like, just pick it the fuck up, Trevor. Like, it's like the bent down.
It's like a Three Stooges fucking sketch with like the rake, where you just keep standing on it.
I was just like, and it's like, I put it next to where it needs to be put away. You know what I mean? I was just being fucking lazy. But it's been great, dude. Great.
Yeah.
I will tell you, so I have HelloFresh, and they come for 2 people, right? And so now that they've been sitting here, I'm like, oh shit, I should probably eat some of this because it's, you know, gonna be going bad at some point because it's a week past due at this, you know, it's a cycle point. Yeah. Vegetables don't last forever. Let's eat it. I probably did HelloFresh 2 nights. It is too much fucking food for one person.
Yeah, like if it's 2, because they ship like per thing. I was surprised when we did HelloFresh because, especially like when you like start like cooking, like they give you like the pork loin like per person's like that. You're like, what the fuck is that gonna do? And then you eat it and you're like, that was perfectly portioned.
Yeah, it's really yeah. So like that's how it's been. I've been eating like these perfectly portioned meals, and like I cooked a dinner. Even last night I cooked a dinner. I was like, man, I need to blow through some of this. And I like made it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll make it, and then I'll save some of it for like a lunch or something. I'll have lunch again today, and that way it just has. And I was just eating last night, and I was like, no, I'm not going to eat all of this. Like I ended up just wasting half of the HelloFresh meal, which I guess at that point it's like, all right, it's already cooked. I didn't want to eat it again. It was shit. That was the pork chops I was talking about. I was just like,
those pork chops were good. I had those.
No,
you fucked them up.
I didn't fuck them up, Brad. Like it's really hard to fuck up pork chops, right? People who fuck up pork chops is because they're like the people that are like, you can't have any fucking pink in your like pork or anything like that. Like those like mentally crazy people, like, so they'll overcook the fuck out of pork, or like you get pork chops and everybody cooks it like they're cooking goddamn bacon. You know what I mean? And they just let it cook and cook and cook and cook. The pork chops were tender. The pork chops were juicy. There was nothing wrong with the chops. They were good cuts of pork chops. They just are. I ate them and I was like, brother, I just ate them and I was like, no, I don't enjoy them. Like I had to make them with like a side thing and a bunch of it came with this glaze. It was some like lemon chipotle glaze, soy glaze.
I know exactly the meal you're talking about, dude.
It was a good meal. I ate all the vegetables because I was like, yeah, I ate all the carrots and the yams and everything. I was like, it was fire. But like when it came to eating the pork chop, it was just like, I don't like this meat. I don't like this meat.
Can't buy class.
Pork chop is not class.
Eating on a fucking like a paper china plate, like can't buy class.
I mean,
I like this pork chop.
Also,
these roasted yams.
Okay, the roasted yams and the carrots were delicious. I had a lot of fun with that. I did just throw it all into the same pan that I cooked it in and then just cut it and ate it out of the pan because I was like, I don't want to do more dishes. Like, I am living...
I don't want to do more dishes. Looked over. Just the plates are a moving mouth now.
I repositioned all the dishes so they sit nicely in the sink. And then... No,
I'm becoming unsightly.
I did.
Hold on. That's better.
Yeah. Well, the point, you're gonna put something in the sink and it just got like. And
you far. Structural integrity is where you're looking for.
Exactly. You like every 35 minutes, you can just hear one more thing shift and like four things move. So I was like, okay, I got to do the dishes. Like. This is the mentality of laziness that you could achieve in life. I have a dishwasher. Right? Sink, dishwasher. And I'm just like,
I just can't be fucking bothered.
I cannot be bothered. That's what I told you. I looked at the one thing. I was like, I'm going to actually have to soak and scrub this right in the trash.
Oh.
Because
God bless you. Just living the dream.
Just living the dream, baby.
Oh. You should just leave it all for Audrey. I think that's the smartest decision.
Oh, yeah. How was your trip? By the way.
No, not even how was your trip. Just door opens. Over there. Tito's coming out your mouth. Over there.
I was talking to Aaron the other night. Again, the idea. I got a funky ass cough coming on. But idea that I don't have to have the responsibility of taking care of things. Like I can live however I want in a meeting. I went to the kitchen to make dinner and I was going to make a sandwich and I got to the kitchen. It was just like, I had sourdough bread, some turkey, like there's some cream cheese left over, some pickles and stuff like that, some spinach. And I was like, I was going to make a nice fucking sandwich. I pulled all the stuff out. I just didn't want to put it together. So I just put a cheese on a meat, ate the meat, pulled a pickle out of the jar.
Thought you were gonna say. No, you start with some like, I got this, I got the ingredients. I was like, oh, and then, I couldn't be fucking bothered to make my own sandwich.
That's what Aaron said. He's like, how fucking lazy are you that you couldn't just like
not even condiments to dry,
just stack it onto a fucking sandwich? And I was like, I didn't want to be bothered by it. But I also told him, I was like, if you ever catch me at that point, well, because it is a sandwich, right? You're just eating the ingredients versus like putting it on the fucking bread.
Versus enjoying it.
Well, I enjoyed it. I was full. But
this is fucking good.
But it was, and it was fine. Like you eat a sandwich, you're like, I wanted turkey. I had turkey. Oh, I want this cheese. I had the cheese. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like needing to put it on a sandwich changes the whole fucking thing. Like it's just, you ate food. But I told him, I was like, if you ever catch me, like, I'm not going to make a sandwich, but I'll just eat all the ingredients of a sandwich and call it that. But if you ever catch me at a point where like, I'm just eating meat and like spoonful of mayonnaise or something,
like that's the next step.
Take me out.
If she's gone for one more week, that's what you're doing.
I'm going full feral, just like hand in a jar.
You've got like the package where you don't like, you open it where it's resealable. You just like, you cut it open, loaf of bread and just a stack of deli meats. Spraying mustard in your mouth. Just getting right back into gaming.
And it's just wet. There's just a wet cloth here so I can wipe my dirty hand on the wet cloth before I touch my mouse and computer again. Fuck. If I didn't have to go out and meet people, there's a good chance I may not have showered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just full on like Jason Segel from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
You wore those sweatpants for a whole week.
Sir, we're getting a lot of noise complaints. It must be the lady above me. She's crying. Sir, you're on the top floor. All right, I'll keep it down. Oh, it is why man, it's dangerous. It's a slippery slope. This is one of those other slippery slopes because like it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Like knowing that I have enough disposable income that I don't have to do laundry and I could go buy more shorts. You know what I mean? Like, or a pack of underwear or stuff like that. Like that's a slippery slope. Like that's a dangerous thing about money. I may need to come down on the financial level to remind myself like, oh, hey, maybe I should do laundry. Maybe I should take care of my shit because I'm just looking at like, who fucking cares? Why am I going to do socks? I'll just go to Costco and buy more. 10 pack for fucking $8.
Socks I get.
Huh?
Socks I get.
I do a cycle like every
socks and underwear.
Yeah. Like every time I need to buy new underwear, I just toss all of my old underwear out. Like unless they're like relatively new, but I usually buy 3 or 4 packs of underwear at a time. I just in case I shit myself on a day-to-day basis, you know? Like I just think like if I do laundry once a week for clothing, I need to have at least 1 extra week's worth of socks and underwear available in case something happens. I get them wet, I fucking shit myself, or like something happens where I need to change my clothes, or I went and worked all day and then came home, we were going to go out, so I need to change into something nice. I at least want 1 extra week's worth of stuff. But outside of like a total of 14 underwear, 14 pairs of socks, I don't need fucking that much. And so every time I just buy new socks or buy new underwear, I just buy that amount, toss the old ones, and start over fresh.
Yeah. I get that. I went through a phase that was, I wouldn't even call it like that. I just like once a week would just buy more socks and underwear. Yeah. Because I got it stuck in my, okay, it's true. It's true. There's no better feeling than starting your day like fresh out the shower, brand new underwear, brand new socks.
My God, yeah.
The world.
Yeah.
And I was drinking a lot at the time, so I was just like, it was just like on repeat. I just kept saying that best feeling you ever had. Fresh socks, fresh underwear, take on the world. So I just had this like pile that like would like amass of once used socks and underwear that would just take to Goodwill like once a month and just guess I'll buy more. That's dumb. That's a bad way to spend your money.
That is, I mean, yes, it is, but you are right. I mean,
I blame the hyphy movement. I only wear my white tee once.
My Nikes. I had a pair of those Supras I wore, those black Supras. We had them out of the club one time and somebody like scuffed the shit out of them. I never wore them again. They just sat in my closet for years.
Problem with shoes, man.
Yeah, it's dangerous. That's why I went back to just buying Vans. Because I can turf a van and rebuy a van. Although Vans have gotten super expensive lately.
Yeah, they're not $40 anymore, man.
No way, man. I went and bought Vans at the outlets and they were almost $60 a pair for just classic slips. And I was like, why? And she's like, what?
Inflation getting you, bud.
Yeah, but Chinese workers aren't making more money.
I know. It's the importers.
Oh, those sons of bees. It's because we keep driving shit into bridges.
You're telling me technology is... Lost another shipment. Add another $10 to the price tag. We'll make it up.
Oh my God. Yeah. But it's also getting to the point where now my Vans are getting to the point where they're so expensive. I don't want to like work in them and scuff them. Cause those used to be my like kick arounds. You know what I mean? Like a classic black on black, slip.
Yeah.
Just wear at work, whatever. And like
now you got your nice Vans and your shitty Vans.
I got my nice Vans, I got my shitty Vans. And the shitty Vans, because like nice ones are like still crisp and like really black. And then the shitty ones got like paint and shit all over them.
Yeah.
And like I used to, I don't do it much anymore just because of where we are work wise. But like during work season, I always keep a shitty pair of shoes in my car and like a shitty pair of pants. Because if it comes to the point that I have to do some work, at least it's available. I just slip them on, go and just get into it. I used to do that all the time because it'd be multiple times. I'd be wearing like my nice like Italian leathers or whatever, and then my boss would call me and be like, "We got to finish painting the house." I'm like, fucking, what do you want me to do? Will you come up and help us paint the house? Like, okay. And then I just turf all my clothes. Me and Sean used to say it all the time. It's like a pair of clothes that you have, like in the industry, at some point will become work clothes.
Yeah.
So. Clothes are expensive though. Although I started buying these True Classic shirts. Like, I don't know if you've ever worn these True Classic shirts. Like, they fit really well. Like, they're super comfy and soft. Like, they just form really well to the body. You know how, like, we're bigger guys. Not just bigger tall, but bigger wide as well. Like, you buy bigger shirts and they always kind of, like... It's like the same size shirt just gets bigger over time, but it doesn't really, like, form to you. These True Classics, the bigger they get, they're still like slim in the correct places. So like, I don't get, there's not like a fucking gap in the arm. You know how like when you get bigger shirts, like this isn't a large or an extra large. And then you know how like when you get bigger shirts, they got like, it's like always really open. Like these are just designed to be like nice and fit. Like they're fucking clean, dude. Nah. You want the big opens?
Yeah.
Oof.
So I assert dominance. Get a sweat going.
Oh, yeah. But
fucking,
you can, I mean,
move it. Oh, look. Yap merch. See? Made right.
Yeah. See, that's...
Fuck it. Assert my dominance. Fuck it.
Nah, see, you want them nice
Smell-o-vision.
You want it nice and tight so the cloth soaks the sweat. So when you open it up...
Oh, I hate that shit.
Oh, man. That way it just like blows out and it's like, oh, what the fuck is that?
No, and all of a sudden you got like the fucking sweat stains. Nah.
Yeah. It's also why I wear two shirts. I've always...
say undershirt for life. I'll save that top shirt forever.
I swear to God, that's the only reason why my gross. Top shirt.
I'll hate it. I'll be like, I know this bottom layer is what's killing me, but I'm not fucking... I hate it. I've thrown away so many of like this is my favorite shirt, and like I probably overwore it. Yeah, and then just like that's you just can't get rid of it.
No,
never comes out.
No, I
fucking hate it.
I've been wearing two shirts since high school.
Yeah,
I think
towards the end of high school is when I was like, oh
yeah, yeah, and like I started with like just like what are they, the wife beaters? But the wife beaters never did the effect.
It doesn't do that. It just makes me feel like a fucking weird, like Italian mobster.
And it always gave like weird ass lines. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I didn't want to like look like I was wearing a fucking man girdle everywhere I went. So I was like, so I started buying Hanes white tees.
Yeah.
And then throw my nice shirts over the top of them. And I have been forever since. Ever since, man. I'll never go back.
This day.
Like on my knock around days when I don't have to go anywhere and I only wear one shirt, I feel weird.
Yeah.
Like weird enough that I'm like, I don't want to go outside.
My nipples. They're poking through now.
Or like I'll wear like a tank top. You know what I mean? I like those are always the weird ones. Cause then I realize how hairy I've gotten over the years. Like when you put a tank top on, you're like, ugh.
Bruh.
I shave my arms.
I used to.
I still do.
I just don't care anymore.
The problem is this like top shoulder area gets really hairy. But like I also have like really weird fucking like you've got like even Sean, it just like comes in like a Wolverine. Poof. Like
yeah.
Well, this isn't so bad. Like this comes through. But like on my shoulders and shit, they just come in like one or two at a time. That's like all over the. It's like you just gotta clean it up.
Light work, maintenance.
Exactly, but you know what comes in like a fucking patch? This weird spot on my lower back, like right around, like right above like my kidney area. I just get like these two fucking hair patches.
You got the Rob Schneider.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right, dude. It's the weirdest fucking thing. And it's not in a comfortable spot to clean and shave. So it's like, like whenever
nothing on your back is.
Well, that's why you got to get Manscaped. They have like a fucking, like a long handle thing and you just.
Looking for sponsors. I'll shave their logo into my back.
I've definitely used their lawnmower before. That is a
on the boys.
Yeah.
You trusted it?
Oh, I trusted it. Oh, I mean, I was like, if your fucking claim to fame is a ball clipper, let's go. It'd
be me, the ball clipper, and a bottle of tequila in the kitchen, just staring each other down. When are you gonna be brave enough to try it? Fucking nope, dude. Oh my god, that scares me.
So the way that the heads are,
I'll fucking put a fade on my nuts because I'm so afraid. I'm not going anywhere without like a comb or a guard.
The way that the teeth and the head sit though, like it's almost like rounded to a point where like it's really hard. You'd have to dig in to get yourself clipped. Like you still don't get the nice like clean shaven. I still go into it with like a razor in the shower, like to clean up all the excess. Like you batwing a little bit and like, cause for anybody who's not a guy, I mean, you get some weird hairs that grow out there sometimes. You're just looking at like, where the fuck did you come from?
I've been over you 4 times. Yeah. What the fuck is this? Yeah. It's the squirrely one leading the rebellion. Yeah. Somehow it's the only hair that doesn't curl. It sticks like straight out.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking calling for backup. Yeah.
It's a fucking Gondor beacon.
Gondor calls for aid.
But yeah, man, I used one of those and I was like, all right, okay, this is a clipper.
Man, I need sleep, man.
I was gonna say we're doing this pretty late.
You said Gondor calls for aid. All of a sudden, my penis is helms deep. The fucking Rohan riders are coming for my asshole riding. The lights coming between my cheeks coming up.
The one turd poking through his white Gandalf with a staff.
Man, and like just how quickly that all just like happened in my head.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. This is the way to start a Monday.
Yeah, happy fucking Monday. Let's get into it.
Yeah. All right.
Nikita.
Yeah, I think I'm burnt on Tarkov. I think we talked about it last week. I've hit my stride. Dude, I
was getting back into it.
I know.
Until all this happened, and now I feel like it's not going to help anybody. I'm not playing online or anything. I'm not giving them like the numbers, but I feel like a solidarity must be formed where like there's a mass uninstalling.
So for context at this point, so Escape from Tarkov.
For anybody that doesn't know what Twitter is,
yeah,
that's all I've seen the last 2 days. It's great.
The fact that Asmongold made a video on it, I'm like, oh, you clout chaser. Like I fucking, that's the one.
That's so far out of his scope.
Hey, that's what I was saying. Like, I love Asmongold for a lot of different reasons. Like, he's a lot of fun to watch. He makes me giggle. Man, I've been watching him since, way back in the day when it was just WoW content. And but like he put out a video on it and he was talking about it. And it was just, his reaction videos get so much because he just streams for fucking 12 hours a day. And then his channel just clips whatever he was reviewing and they put it on YouTube and it's a reaction to something. But yeah, he was talking about it and I was like, what the fuck? Because I watch a lot of Tickle Me Pink.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that guy.
Michael died and he came back.
Yeah. And
I guess he was a Tarkov like streamer and everything before Cycle and all that.
He was a Tarkov streamer. He's also
got like 10,000 hours or something.
Yeah.
I've seen like that.
Yeah, he's got some ridiculous amount of hours, but he was also a professional FPS player before he was all of this stuff. So there's a lot of good content he has, and he also has a lot of like knowledge when it comes to shooter video games. So it's like fun to watch his like take on a lot of things or how things work. And he put out a couple videos today. Boy, has he gotten the worst of the worst. So again, let's go back. So the context is Escape from Tarkov. Battlestate Games put out a new edition of the video game that is $250 for anybody who does not own Tarkov. You don't have to buy it, but it doesn't make any sense for you not to.
Does it feel like a slap in the face that they called it the Unheard Edition?
Yeah, that's pretty
like the first thing everybody says is like, oh, this makes so much sense because you don't listen to any fucking thing we say.
It comes with four lines of bigger stash than the EOD edition. So it's not like you're getting a night and day difference on that. Some of the weapons,
decent amount.
I mean, I'm at a point now where I have so many thick cases. I've got 90% of my stash.
That's not normal,
bro. It's I mean, obviously, but I mean, like, that's not unheard of either.
But for a live player though, especially when you're like grinding and like you have maybe like one, well, you would already start with one, but like one items box, you know, and like stuff like that, yes. Like those lines do count.
They do. And I don't think necessarily the stash situation is what's hindering people from getting better at the game.
Nobody really gave a shit about the stash.
No, stash is a thing. Having extra pocket space, it can kind of be, because that means extra mags you can carry that you don't have to worry about in a vest. There's a lot of little things like that. Again, is it a make or break? No, probably not. I think where the make or break comes in is definitely the skill increase right off the bat. Like 3 levels in very specific stuff, especially snipers, where you are literally held behind doing specific quests until you get that level, means that you already at the point are ahead of everybody else. Right? the scav fucking thing or whatever, that I don't know if it's in the game.
Scav beacon.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually in the game yet or not. I know that it's there, but I don't know if it's implemented. Like, people have it, but I don't know if it's actually implemented in the game or not. Where it's like scavs don't attack you over 60 meters or something like that.
With a 6, which is a maxed out fence rep.
Gotcha.
But that being said, the Unheard Edition players also have a more increased. You start off with a higher scav rep right off the bat.
Yep.
And you have an easier progression through your trader levels.
Yep. And you get
that's huge.
Extra flea market spots right off the bat. Once you get
extra flea spots. And having a stroke. Extra flea spots. Oh, and all of your cash services, everything that you buy is
reduced.
Was it 50%?
40? 40, I think, or something like that. 35 or something. I know it was close enough to it was a big number. I definitely feel like the problem is that it is 100% a pay to win addition to the game. Like, it would make sense if you had EOD and then this, like, if EOD still existed and then this existed, right? Like,
and the starting gear.
Oh yeah, the starting gear is fucking.
You start off with
dude, like some of the good guns,
great guns,
and great ammo,
really decent ammo right off the rip. An items case, a weapons case, like what you start off with is.
People are saying too is like you know, it's gonna feel real good as someone who isn't an Unheard player, killing one of these guys and then getting that loot. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right, and like the idea of like losing it in game is part of the whole process of Tarkov. You're gonna lose anyway, and anybody who's not good at Tarkov buying the Unheard Edition is gonna lose their shit right off the bat anyway, right?
Yeah,
all you're doing is just giving better players better loot early on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's such a bad fucking take. This is one of the reasons I talked about originally with Tarkov that I hated is I want everything to be on a fair level playing field. And when people have the access to all these different editions with all this different extra shit, you make the game unfair. And people are like, well, some people are talking about right now, because the subreddit is all over the place. You know, people are like, well, you know, it's not a big deal. Like, once you have all your stashes and everything, who gives a shit? Like, the extra like space in your pockets doesn't matter. It's like, it doesn't matter now, but it will matter on wipe. It's gonna feel drastically different for someone who hasn't paid $250 for the video game.
For even just naked pistol runs.
Yeah.
Being able to carry meds and 2 mags.
Yeah.
With a pistol.
Yeah.
That's kind of a game changer.
It just doesn't make any sense why that's not an implemented thing across the board. Why is it only held to the Unheard of edition?
And I even heard a thing like, why wouldn't you make that be like a ragman perk? Like a something that you buy, like these pants have bigger pockets or something like that.
The only reason people bought the EOD edition was for the stash size and the gamma case, right? Like, that's all really what people bought. Yeah, there's a lot of like guns and weapons, shit like that. That
your guarantee of all future DLC being included.
So we
haven't even touched on the PvE part.
That's a big thing. So Tickle Me Pink, he put out a video, and like I said, he got some fucking pushback today. People are not like, everybody's always been really happy with Pink and like, his videos are fun, blah blah blah. Everybody likes him. He put out a video today where it was just like, this is all the reason. He's like, I'm not seeing this video. I'm going to explain why at the very end. And he just went on explaining all the good points. And people were like, whoa, dude.
People are getting crucified just for being like, I bought it just to see what it's like.
It's bad. And
like there's such like a line drawn on content creators, streamers, and everything that's like, no, man. Fuck that.
Man. So he even said, he was like, it's my money. I can do what I want with it. Okay, respect. I respect the shit out of it. You've earned it. It's your money. You do whatever you want. And if you want to participate in doing and spending that money and going through with it, you're more than fine. Except for the fact that every time that you give that money to a company like this, you're not making any changes better for everyone else. You're just feeling Nikita's pockets, and that's all that matters. And like, in some people's heads, it's like, well, you know, the way that the game has progressed and the fact that EOD's been out since 2016 or whatever the fuck, 2018 when it came out, and the fact that nothing has changed.
That is a good caveat.
You know, there's a chance for things to grow and move in a newer edition, and people, you know, do a lot of comparisons to Star Citizen, where it's like $250 for an edition that has a lot more stuff, or Star Citizens where you can spend $55,000 on a package. It's like, okay, again, I understand the concept between the idea and where things come from, but the difference between, no, there's no difference between it, because it's just as bad. The really the difference is that the Star Citizen big edition, where you get all the fucking ships and everything, like, you're just going to outgear other players in the PvP combat system. That's just the way that works. And now you're coming to the same thing. It becomes a pay to win aspect where you pay money. Well, at the end of Pink's video, he says, and the reason why I'm making this video is because no one else is making this video. Like, no one else is talking about it on the positive side. So I'm making this video. And it's like, and he just put out a video about like 2 or 3 hours ago that was like, fuck you guys for like people are like, you should die. I hope you, and they're like trying to like fucking find his house and shit. Like holy shit, crazy things, fucking things. But he had a couple good,
love it.
He's hot. He's big mad hot. And so like his big mad hot is coming out. Like, he's not thinking logically. He's just like lashing. He's falling and just like grabbing at the walls. But he said a few things. He's like, you idiots want to fucking put together a class action lawsuit because of the whole thing with DLC. He's like, name one time, other than seeing the EOD edition, like that little line, name one time Battlestate Games has ever mentioned a DLC.
See, here's the other problem. Landmark, very famously now, when they were like announcing all this and they were going through, instead of streaming Tarkov, he just sat there and he was just talking to chat and like reading through stuff. And they were taking screen grabs of what it was before he was noticing stuff. He was on their website and they were actively watching his stream. He'd click out of a page and be like, man, he would read something, click out, and then go back to it. And they had changed the wording on the page. They were actively taking out, like, they changed from all future DLC, or the PvE was a DLC and now it's a unique feature. And like they were actively going around and changing stuff as they were bringing up points. That's shitty. Now, to the effect of Tarkov is a game that you bought maybe in 2016 and you've been playing it for how long, and you gave them that initial $140 buy-in. I do kind of see that argument, you know? I couldn't tell you a game that I've played consistently for like that amount of time that servers have still been up, that improvements have been made, that they've added more to the game. So I kind of do see it a little bit. It's just shitty the way that they went about it.
Oh no, 100%. I think we had this conversation in the group chat. Me and Cliff were talking about it the other day, where it was like, at a certain point, a company has to make money. It has to keep generating. Now, Battlestate Games has not been one people to not make money. You know what I mean? Tarkov constantly gets bought, and not only that, with how many people they ban because of cheaters.
Yeah. I thought that was a revenue stream.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
ban wave.
They are not without money, and they're not without making money. But as long
Russia, money goes a lot further.
Well, someone said this on Reddit, and it fucking hit really home. It's like, at what point do we not know whether we're not just buying a Russian war bond?
War's not doing good. Sell more coffee.
And I was like, oh my God, that's the funniest thing I'd heard all day. And I was like, holy shit. But I mean, it is a point where if a company has to make money, they're introducing things where they have cosmetic microtransactions. You know what I mean? You can buy different skins and stuff.
They would have, with zero pushback, absolutely no pushback. Yeah. If they would have opened a cosmetic store, they would have made triple the money already that they have off of Unheard Edition.
100%. And like, they don't have to get Fortnite skins. I don't need to see a banana guy running around.
There suggestions, different voice line packs, different unique faces, Sherman's jacket, tattoos that you could throw to scavs and stuff.
Absolutely anything. Oh yeah, just the ability to like to modify and customize your own scav. You know what I mean? That would be enough.
The options that they threw out, and they're not new options.
No, this is shit.
That's the thing that also pisses people off. They bring this up all the time.
A lot of it is because I think that's Nikita's way, right? Like everybody's like the Unheard Edition because you guys never listen to us. It's not that they don't listen to you. It's that they're not going to give you the satisfaction of you coming up with that idea.
Okay. Where's the Czech Republic?
In Czech.
In Czech.
Czechoslovakia, wherever that is.
Is that close to like Ukraine?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Czechoslovakia isn't a thing anymore. It's now like the Czechs. I'm just, like you said, Russian war bonds, and it's weird to me that Gray Zone Warfare is made by Madfinger Games, who's in the Czech Republic, and they're raising their own war bonds now. it just struck a chord for a second.
Yeah. So it is not. Czech Republic is Czechia, and it's above Austria, below Poland.
Chechnya?
Czechia.
Ooh, we don't want to fund those motherfuckers. They're crazy.
So, I don't know, man. I do like how we were talking about, and this is another shitty ass point. If the PvE edition was the same thing as Arena, where it was its own thing that you could just buy into, I would have spent the money without a question to just play with friends. Not a fucking if the PvE edition was its own standalone thing, because it's a feature, not a DLC, and you could just buy it like Arena, I would have bought it and I would have played with friends.
But the fact that they paid well behind the $250 version, that's what's shitty.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been a lot easier. And also, it's so, everybody that's done it that I've seen, they're like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck is going on with like the AI PMCs? It's like I'm playing against Pestily and Landmark, and like I'm just getting beamed out of nowhere. Yeah. And then they're like, God, dude, they have servers for this. It's not run locally.
Yeah.
So they're like 9-10 minute raid times, and they're like, and those servers are just going to be dedicated for the PvE. So they're always going to be smaller. They're always probably going to be, especially if this gets popular, it's going to get more overrun.
Sure.
And it's like, why couldn't you just, so many people are losing their minds.
Yeah.
And I think this is the most active I've ever been on Twitter. I'm like, have you ever heard of single player Tarkov? I'm just I just keep dropping that here and there.
Pink even had said something. He's like, oh, there's a illegal version. And it was like his whole video he put out. I have to send it to you because the whole video was just like a Nikita dick suck. I was just like, what are you doing? This is such a weird thing. He was talking about like how shitty the community is and like how toxic those people are. I was like, I have been on that subreddit for a while now. I have asked stupid fucking questions, and there's always someone out there that's been like, hey, this is what you do to fix this. You know what I mean? It is a consistent, and like,
Clean, very, very famous for being outspoken and bringing his gripes directly to Nikita. The second they said that there's a PvE and it was behind the paywall, he sent Nikita a message saying, single player Tarkov's infinitely better than what you've put out, right? And Nikita's like, well, we don't really see it that way. And he's like, are you going to strike me if I stream single player Tarkov? And he's like, no, we don't do that. So Clean has been just 100%, just so you guys know, the mods that come with single player Tarkov make it exactly what you want it to be. He has been going hard too.
And that's the problem with it too, is like that idea of, the reason why people are having so many problems in single player Tarkov is the reason why we downloaded Sanes, to fix the fucking bot problem. Yep. So they don't just headshot you all the time, because in game, the bots, which are only based on scavs, right? Because PMCs are players, are designed to do nothing but headshot you. So now that you have a game where you can't change it, that's an integrated part of the system. So that's why Sanes overhauled it to make it so it's like, okay, we're going to tweak the bots so they're not so fucking crazy all the time. And the game all of a sudden is better.
Infinitely.
This PvE edition that they put out has to be in because single player Tarkov has gotten as popular as it has. And because Gray Zone Warfare is right around the fucking corner. You know what I mean? These two things. One, your game already is being run by a mod server and is played and loved by everyone. There's not many people. There are a lot of people that are just like, it's not for me because I play live. Respect.
Oh, I completely get that. It doesn't have the same feel.
No, it definitely does not. There's not as much.
In the same respect, it's so much more enjoyable. Like
100 times more enjoyable. And then there's also the people that are like looking at Gray Zone Warfare. And I've been watching like Tomographic and Jack Frags and a bunch of other people put a bunch of stuff out and videos of it playing it. And it's like the enjoyable fun. Like I think Level Cap Gaming even did one where he's like, there's a lot of bugs still. Like they need to fix a ton of stuff, but the overall idea is there. Like,
yes, lots of bugs. Also, just closed out its first week of a bunch of people playing it.
Yeah.
So a lot of wiggle room there. And everything that I've seen about people is just everyday Tarkov shit that's been happening for 8 years now.
Well,
it's like people say stuff. I'm like, they're like, the audio's so bad. Like, have you played Tarkov? Like, so every part of it.
There was a clip of they were like, I think it was Level Cap. It was in Level Cap's video. It was either Level Cap or Tomographic. Can't remember who it was, but they're like, one of the bugs that they need to work out is helis landing and taking off at the same time. So a heli had come down and landed, and a bunch of guys got on top of the heli, and they're like, "Oh, let's go!" And another heli came in to land, but because it's the same landing pad, it just like filtered on top of them, but it killed all the people on the helicopter because they couldn't be in the same spot. And then the helicopter took off, and it's like a bunch of dead bodies just flying up. Like there's bugs, it's like it's gonna happen, especially on a game as new as it is. And like a lot of people that were rabbling about,
imagine being on the helicopter. It's gonna leave, right? It's gonna leave, right?
And you can't get off once you get on because you've started the process, so you're just there dead. You lose all your loot and everything, and your loot doesn't drop there because it's on your body because you can be revived by friends. So like then the helicopter got taken to whatever point it was going to. It's just like, that sucks.
It's a supply drop.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
a bunch of bodies.
We're here. It just kicks everyone out. Dead bodies on the ground, flies away. Enemies just like, what the fuck? They're sending a message. They're killing themselves. But a lot of people have been rabbling about Gray Zone because it's like, why is only streamers getting the privilege of being able to play this? And like, dude, like it's getting wild how people are like, everyone should be able to. Well, not only that, but as like someone was saying, is like, well, one of the reasons why is that the devs are like, we wanted a nice tailored version for this playtest, and we wanted streamers to be able to play it so we could go back and review hours and hours of footage from everybody's perspective.
Yeah.
So we have a legit like roadmap of like, these are when bugs were happening, when people submitted it, and we can go back and watch their feed and see what was happening and how it was happening. And so we could do better bug fixing before this game came out. And it's like, that's smart. I think that's fucking smart.
And it's like, obvious marketing points aside, these people, this is their job.
Yeah.
Like they have the time to put 12 hours in a day just in like one game.
Also, really fucking, that's free labor. And, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it kind of feels shitty. It's like, well, you guys can't fix your game yourself. You have to have everybody else fix it for you. It's very Blizzard-esque.
They don't have the time, brother. They're trying to ride this wave.
I know they are, but that's also the thing.
What's that other one that just came out of nowhere?
Which one?
It was like literally like a mobile Tarkov that you'd play on your phone that they just recently were like, we're doing a 4K port to PC. And then like Tarkov started going through its shit and they started posting stuff. And then Battlestate Games was like, okay, you could stick around with a game that's been with you forever, or you can go this blatant plagiarize, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's all, have you heard of Stalker?
Yeah.
Have you never heard of Stalker?
Yeah.
And Tarkov got real quiet.
Yeah, seriously. Especially, oh man, I took a break from playing Tarkov and I went back and
Arena Breakout Shooter.
I have heard of Arena Breakout Shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know it was a mobile port. I just knew that it was a Tarkov Lite. And that was another thing that Pink was saying. He was like, this is like the staple of the genre. Everybody's copying the staple of the genre. And it's like, yes and no. Everybody.
Why does he suck on their dicks so much?
I don't know what that video was.
Him.
I love him. I love him. I think he's great. But
I like him a lot. But man, do you remember the constant back and forth between him and Jaeger Games with Cycle?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, listen, blah, blah. And then he's like, Jaeger Games cut me off. I don't fucking have to lie for them anymore. And they'd be like, actually, we should give them another chance. Like,
yeah, it's just a weird
so volatile.
I think a lot of it is because his channel is based upon his content. He's not massive. He's not huge. So I think there's still a point of like you riding the clout wave of like, what can you do to generate views? And so he made a video that had way more engagement than he's had in any of his other videos. And unfortunately, all the engagement was negative. People were like, you're a piece of shit. You know, I mean, you kind of like dug your own grave there.
Views are views, buddy.
But it is one of those situations where like the more you kind of look at what Tarkov is doing, Tarkov has hit a very, very, very specific point of gaming that I think a lot of the hardcore gamers enjoy. They want the more realistic stuff. They want that first initial hit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, right? Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare when it first came out in 2007. Like we want that change in the genre because that's what that game did, right? Call of Duty 4 changed the FPS genre. What we have today is because of that game and what Infinity Ward did. You know what I mean? They changed the way the military shooters work. And I think Tarkov has definitely gotten to that point. And that's why so many people have started playing. You've got Marauders. You've got that fucking weird space game me and Aaron play. You know what I mean? Everybody tries to ride that extraction shooter level. But it's the same type of like wave. Dead Rop. Yeah, that's right. That piece of shit. But it's one of those things where it's the same thing with like PUBG. When PUBG came out and PUBG blew up, every fucking game was a BR game. And it's the same thing with the Tarkov thing. It's blown up. It's gotten big over the years. There's enough updates that people are seeing it, and it's becoming very popular between Twitch and YouTube and shit like that. And so therefore, you know, people are investing time and energy and hours watching and playing the game. And not only that, but it's exclusive. I hate to say it like that because it's not really exclusive, but that mentality of exclusiveness where you have to buy it through them. You have to run it through their launcher. You can't find it on Steam or Epic or any place like that where it's normally available.
I went the opposite direction with that.
Why?
It's exclusive. Like, yeah, you play Tarkov? I also like to eat shit. It's like,
I hate my life.
Don't like gaming? Me neither.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. And because there's such a drastic learning curve to playing the game, it feels even more exclusive. If you know, you know. Like, you know, talking to a new player who's starting Tarkov and be like, I know exactly where Jaeger's camp is to get that mission going. And a new player's like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. That's an exclusiveness that you only get from being around long enough. You know what I mean? And understanding the game. And then therefore it builds its own niche. And that's cool. And that's interesting. It's just terrible that it's done by a really shitty company.
Yeah.
And the problem I have with other games that are falling down this rabbit hole of copy and paste, I can't imagine this genre. Like, think of all the other games that have come out. Okay, think of all the other BR games that have come out. What other popular BRs? You had PUBG, you've got Fortnite, and you have Call of Duty. That's it. That's all that's left. H1Z1's dead. The Calling's dead. Fucking every other BR I've ever played is dead. Realm Royale was dead. It kind of got relived for a little bit, but it's dead. Radical Heights is dead. Baby. I mean, that's just Call of Duty.
It's hanging on by a thread.
It is, and the fucking people that are playing it are just
the worst.
The only thing I ever see on
the worst kind of people.
The only thing I ever see on Twitter or Reddit is just like, this guy's cheating, right? He's like every fucking post. Am I bad or is this guy cheating? The whole fucking community's like, no, that's a cheater. But I mean, it's the same thing with like Tarkov stuff. You know, this will kill Tarkov. Not because it's it won't kill Tarkov. It won't kill Tarkov. It'll kill its hype, because it is impossible to explain to a new player, okay, you can buy the $50 edition of the game, but you really want to spend the $250. Like, what? And then not only that, but it's like for the EOD edition people, well, just spend an extra $95. What?
See, would you ever pay $250 for one video game?
I have. I've spent I've spent money in ways on video games that should not have.
No, just one title.
Yes. Yeah.
No cosmetics, no anything like that. Just like one special edition.
Yes, I've bought collector's editions that I've caught.
Okay, collector's editions. One that is a deluxe edition, but everything's online. Not a single tangible asset that you can keep with it. I've got like the fucking like the loot chest from like the Borderlands and stuff. Like I love those. I'll spend top dollar on those.
I was gonna say, I think the most
something that's non-tangible.
I think the most I've ever spent on a video game on non-tangible is like one of the $100 editions for video games. Something that had like
would be EOD. Next closest would probably be 89. 90 maybe, if there was like a deluxe edition.
The like it goes like standard, deluxe, ultimate edition. The ultimate edition is like $99, $100.
Oh, Battlefield 2042 almost got me for that. Platinum edition or whatever. Thank God we waited on that.
No, for sure. No, there have been games. I think Borderlands 3, I bought the ultimate edition. I think that was $100. You know, there are certain things like that, and there are things that came with it. There was the season pass that included all the DLCs after that point, so I didn't have to spend any money on the DLCs.
Oh.
Right, but there was actual thing. Not only that, but it's a company that has a track record of.
Didn't call it a unique feature,
and it had a track record of producing DLCs. So I wasn't like in a position to be like,
knew it was coming.
Skeptical. I knew I was going to get it. I knew I was going to have those DLCs.
This early access rolling the dice shit,
and that's the problem with early access too. So, do you hear?
Also, the problem with keeping your game in early access for the better part of a decade.
Well, yes and no. So here's another side point of that is another early access game that is finally talking real talk that is slated for sometime this year to get a 1.0 launch is 7 Days to Die.
Dota. Oh.
Dota went 1.0.
Satisfactory.
Oh yeah.
That was Cliff's.
Yeah. 7 Days to Die is getting its 1.0 launch. And with it, an increase in cost. It'll go from I think it's like $20 or whatever, $25 on Steam. I think it's going up to $49 or something like that. It's getting a console edition release alongside of it for Xbox and PlayStation. After 12 years or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, 12 years. It came out in 2012. After 12 years, it's finally getting a 1.0 launch.
Game of the year.
Now, what I'm worried about is, does that mean that's where they're wrapping it up?
They're calling it.
They're one of those things like, we've been doing this long enough. Well, I also have this idea with them putting it out on console is to like generate as much money as possible, because when it came out when it came out on PlayStation, and it went on Game Pass on Xbox, but like when it came out on PlayStation, like it sold a lot, but a lot of that money went into Telltale before Telltale collapsed. So like, you know, Fun Pips never saw a lot of that money. They're doing it all themselves. I don't know if they're getting a publisher for the console editions. I don't think so, but obviously some help. But for the most part, they're gonna pump the 1.0, and that feels fucking good. That's one of those things where like I've ridden that wave for 12 years, or probably 10 years at least, and I've seen so many changes in that game for so long that I'm really excited to see a 1.0 launch and see what they do with it, because they're talking about doing a bunch of overhauls, new things, new vehicles.
It's your ball drop.
Yeah, right. I'm like, God, yeah, man, I'm loving to see it. But that's a niche game too. That's one of those games that it's not for everyone, and the people that it is for is very small. I mean, that community is not massive by any means. We just had Horde Night on Wednesday this week. I didn't get a video out today, but on Wednesday we dropped Horde Night. That was fucking, I panicked for no reason. It was a cool video. I picked a cool song to go with Horde Night. I think that's where my calling is at right now.
Music videos.
Music videos. For Diddy.
Just the inside of a cheese grater.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, with a lot more sex crimes.
Who was that fucking video? Oh God, he's got the big ass hat, the blue suit, and it's like going back and forth. He's like dancing. God, what is the song? It'll come to me. No. It was
Breeze?
No, it's older than that. It doesn't matter. It'll come to me later. Too tired.
Big ass blue hat. He's dancing.
Yeah. Future.
Are you thinking of Carl Weathers and Rocky?
Fuck no, man. Get that shit out of my house.
Africa Bambaataa?
No. We're gonna go down this. Okay. I have to fill in, just fluff this section of this till I get this.
So Dota sucks, man.
Yeah, it's
and
not
auditing matches, just like watching it, like, what are you doing? If you have wasted too much of your life auditing Dota matches and you need help, come join our Discord. We'd like to help you.
we have a meeting that we have every Tuesday nights. We just talk, just get through shit.
We berate you until you want to go put a puppy.
What? Virtual insanity. That's what I was thinking.
Never would have guessed that. I was so far off. Jamiroquai. Playing for Alabama football.
Yeah. So I've been
a family name.
I found a channel where this guy just plays Farming Simulator 2022. And you scroll through I don't blame you. My YouTube channel is so all.
Do I want to fucking play those simulator games?
Wait,
no.
It's multiplayer. Don't. It's multiplayer. Okay.
Will I watch a guy clear a field?
Yeah, dude. It's like the carpet cleaning videos.
I want to judge you, but I've been stuck on those for so. Yeah, it's like the carpet cleaning videos. It's like all of those. You're just like, did that really good, or he misses one spot, you kind of have a panic attack, and then he comes back and gets it right at the end.
The whole time, and that was something. I was watching with this guy. For some reason, his whole channel is called Farming Simulator. It's not like he just plays this fucking game, and like he has a bunch of mods installed and things like that. And so like he was doing a 0 to hero challenge on the farm. Like they just picked it up. He's got like
a 0 to hero on a Farming Simulator.
It's fucking cool. It's cool how you just get like an empty ass plot of land with nothing on it, and you just have to build and make money. And like he was like, "Oh, we're gonna make chicken farm, and we're gonna do chickens and this whole thing." And he just started tilling out the land and how you do it and how you play. And I was so fucking relaxed watching it because I'm just like, "Oh, this is so entertaining." It's not great content. It's not fast paced by any means. It's not like you're seeing these dope ass plays that are going to be MLG, like it's just a dude fucking tilling a field, and it's just so And I don't know if it's also because I'm coming off the high of playing Tarkov 24/7, where it's like that, like playing Farming Simulators, like smoking a joint and just like listen to Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm fucking just jamming out. And so I've been watching these videos, and right before the podcast, I was like, it's on fucking Game Pass. I pay for Game Pass. It's free. Downloaded it, started playing it. This is super fucking relaxing. It's just mellow. It's mellow. It's my palate cleanser right now. Yeah. Look,
check, please.
Just because you're a one-track mind, man.
You should see something.
No.
Oh, great. Okay.
It's either sleep deprivation or the green screen.
I think it's finally coming to get me.
It came through the walls. It followed you from the other apartment. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Happy Monday, guys.
Monday, kids.
Sorry about last week's video not coming out on Monday. That had nothing to do with us, by the way.
That was Aaron.
That was, yeah, because he was waiting for it. It was completely uploaded, rendered, did everything, was sitting in YouTube. It was like waiting for process. Like, totally fine, because we have to wait for the process for the 4K stuff. And then it was like, mid-Monday, I like checked it. And it's like,
it was like,
yeah. I had to re-upload the video, and then YouTube does YouTube things. But this one hopefully won't be that problem. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Nancy Pelosi's a cunt.